Hey guys, Stephanie with AmericanMuscle.com here with a review of the Steeda IRS Subframe Braces for 2015 and up fastback Mustangs. We're going to talk about a few different topics when it comes to these subframe braces, but mostly we're going to talk about the construction and the functionality of these braces and the install as well. I'll get into more detail later, but I can tell you right now that the install for these braces is easy. You're looking at a 1 out of 3 wrenches in the difficulty meter since these are a direct bolt-on item. The Steeda IRS subframe braces are going to be something that you should check out if you're looking to minimize some of that rear subframe movement and combat some of the wheel hop that's notorious with the S550s. We all love getting power to the ground, and that's kind of hard to do with so much rear subframe movement and wheel hop, but these braces are designed to eliminate the deflection in the rear subframe that the stock bushings allow for. So just looking at these on the table here, these have a 3-point triangular design with the general idea behind these being stabilization through tying together 3 chassis points: the lower control arm and toe link mount area, the rear subframe, and the frame rail. Now these are 3 areas that are very strong naturally, so tying them together gives a good base of support for the rear subframe. And keep in mind that the rear subframe is really only 4 bolts, so that leaves a lot of room for improvement. The other thing that I wanted to point out here is that these braces are going to utilize existing holes. This leads to 2 good things. One is that you won't have to do any type of modification to get these installed, and they're a direct bolt-on upgrade. And 2 is that since you aren't modifying anything, you're just adding support, you're not going to be adding any NVH to the ride quality of the car. Now these are tubular chromoly steel, and they're also powder coated silver, which you're not really going to see unless you're under the car, but the powder coat does give some corrosion resistance. Keep in mind that while these braces are going to work to reduce wheel hop and keep the rear planted better under load, these are only one component of the IRS, and there are a handful of other pieces and options that you can look into depending on what you want to do with your Mustang. What I like about these is that they aren't going to create any additional noise or harshness in the suspension, and I'd say that these are a good foundation building mod in the sense that they help you set your Mustang up for the performance that you expect out of it. As far as price, these braces are right in between $200 and $300, and right now these are the only one of their kind that are available. You don't have another brand that's offering the same type of product, so there's nothing to compare it to price-wise, but I will say that this does happen to be one of the less expensive options out there when you look at other options of how to reduce wheel hop. When it comes to the install here, it's really pretty easy. Overall, this is a 1-wrench install on our scale and should take about just an hour to complete. The braces are side specific and can only go one way, but we're basically looking at a few nuts and bolts. You need a few sockets, a 10mm Allen key, and a torque wrench for sure, since all of the bolts will need to be torqued down. Wrapping things up, the Steeda IRS subframe braces are going to tie in 3 points of the chassis to help stop rear subframe movement and help put some power to the ground and avoid some wheel hop. They're tubular chromoly steel and easy to install too. As always, you can check them out more online and see what you think for yourself. And for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.